Before the COVID-19 pandemic, student loan debt was already a burden for many Americans. And now in this climate, making those payments proving to be even more difficult. News 5's Patrick Nelson showing us not everyone has been able to get student loan repayment relief, but work is being done to expand relief efforts to those in need.
In the U.S., there are more than 44 million student loan borrowers with a total debt of $1.5 trillion. To put that in perspective, the average debt is about $32,000 per borrower. During the financial stress of the COVID-19 pandemic, student loan payments can be crippling, but work is being done to provide some relief and to help you take back control of the situation.
Do I buy food or do I pay my student loans? No one should have to make that choice.
Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser spent most of his career in higher education. He knows during the economic hardships of COVID-19 and quarantine, it's important that student loan lenders are fair to borrowers facing tough times.
Because part of what can really bury people is debt on top of debt, which is to say you can't pay your principal or your interest, and then you start earning interest upon the interest, and you get buried in a mountain of debt.
The Federal CARES Act provided much-needed relief for many borrowers with student loans, including the suspension of monthly payments, interest, and involuntary collection activity until September 30th. However, the CARES Act left out millions of student loan borrowers with federal loans that are not owned by the U.S. government, as well as loans made by private lenders. Teaming together with other states, Colorado's Attorney General was able to get several loan companies to agree to an initiative to work with borrowers to provide similar relief as the CARES Act.
There are some providers now that are saying, we're not going to do that to you. We're simply going to adjust your schedule and create one that works for you.
But what should you do if your student loan provider isn't a part of this agreement?
So the first thing I would recommend doing if your loans haven't been paused is contact your lender. Call up the loan servicer and ask them about options for financial relief.
Coming up in our full story on News 5 at 10, the Attorney General lays out his advice for what to do if you have a student loan company who simply won't work with you. Plus, what he wants people to keep in mind who are looking to take out student loans in the years to come. Always watching out for you, Patrick Nelson, News 5.
Thanks, Patrick. And so many of you have a lot of questions and concerns about what's happening in Colorado, where we're going in the midst of this pandemic. Send us an email, rebound@koaa.com.